Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back for another episode of Zaku News here on the USA Gundam TV channel. Today is Monday, September 14th. Yeah, and so it's time for our bi-weekly episode here. We're going to talk about some new stuff that's been announced since the last episode. If you guys haven't seen any previous episodes, of course, you can go back and watch those. But you want to know what's new, so that's what we're going to talk about here in this video. And we got some new stuff announced. We also got some updates on some stuff that's been announced that we've talked about before in past episodes. We got some new information to talk about some of those kits, so we'll get to that. And we'll first start off actually with one of those, but not for a kit, but a figure here of the Metal Build Lightning Striker pack here for the Strike Gundam, for the Metal Build Strike Gundam, or you can also use it for the Metal Build Astray figures as well. But this is due out now. We got the release date and the price for this, as well as a bunch more new photos, whereas before we didn't really have much information. It was just kind of announced. Now we got a whole lot more to look at here. This is going to be out in February for 12,000 yen. And so I'm not really sure the origin of this, because obviously this is not something from the anime. So I don't know if this is something that was featured in like a later manga spin-off or something like that, or if this is just something just totally new that Bandai just made up to sell more stuff to us. But either way, I gotta admit, it does look pretty cool. I think this is a pretty cool looking pack. It's got this big massive kind of cannon things there on the back, and this big massive handheld cannon launcher kind of thing. So it's very cool. It looks very detailed as well too, but I would like to go with the aesthetic of these metal builds. It does look very nice, and it does look really good with the Astray metal builds there as well too. So I mean, if you have one of those, the ability to switch around these striker packs is pretty nice between the different figures there. So that's pretty awesome. Next one here is also pretty expensive, even more expensive actually. This is the Metal Structure New Gundam Option Parts and Londo Bell Engineers set. So remember that $1,000 Metal Structure New Gundam that came out last year? Now this is an option set for that. That's coming out in February for 20,000 yen. So around $200 just for this option set, which basically includes like a new add-on part for the base, and then like a new base add-on part, and then some more add-on parts like that you add around on different parts of the base. Some more like little crew members, little like mechanical like maintenance suits kind of thing, and then also includes a new barrel for the rifle, a new different barrel for the rifle as well, and a few other bits. But basically, yeah, it's just option parts for like $200 for that. But I mean, if you already spent the grand on the new Gundam metal structure, then what's another 200 to get this option set to make it even more awesome? I guess, yeah, why not? I mean, yeah, it does look really cool. I mean, the stuff looks cool. If it seems like a cool add-on set to that. I still wish that instead of a metal structure, they would have just made this as a perfect grade kit. This would be an awesome addition of like optional parts to add on to a perfect grade new Gundam. Imagine it'd be like 1/10 of the price, and it'd be really awesome. But that's what it is. So all right, that's coming out. And then speaking of the Lightning Strike Gundam, which we just saw with the metal build, they are actually making a kit of it, apparently, but it is going to be a China exclusive kit. So it's the Master Grade Lightning Strike Gundam version RM. So it's going to be based off of the Strike Gundam RM kit, and it's going to be the China Red version. So it's going to be a limited exclusive version to be released in China, and it's only gonna, and like the color is going to be different as well too. It's going to be red, I guess. So no other information really about this yet at the moment. No price or release date for this. I would guess early next year is probably when this is going to be coming out. And if they're making a China Red version, it kind of seems like they would make just a normal colored version as maybe like a P-Bandai release just for like normal P-Bandai in Japan and other countries as well too. So I don't know, no word on that at the moment yet, but it seems like that would make sense. If not, you'll have to go through different proxy services to try to get one out of China, which is not too bad. It's still going to cost you a little bit, but if they're making that as an actual model kit, it does look pretty awesome. So hopefully we'll be able to see that as a model beginning of next year. All right, other P-Bandai stuff here to talk about. We have a new F90 Mission Packs. This is the Premium Bandai Master Grade Gundam F90 Mission Pack set D-Type and G-Type. So D for Destroy Type, G for Guarded Type. This is out in December for 2,000 yen. Not very expensive for this set. Of course, this is just the option parts to add to the F90 Gundam. You will need to buy the Gundam itself separately, and if you want to make both, you'll need to buy 2 of the base Gundam, which goes for, I think, around 4,500 or 5,000 yen, around $50 each at like the base price for that. And then you need this option part set for it, so that will definitely increase the price quite a bit. But as far as the option part set goes, I mean, it's around $20, it's not too bad. You have the D-type, which has a bunch of armaments for long-range combat missiles and different guns and stuff that goes on that. And the guard type, the G-type, is actually really cool as well too, with the big shield and that big sword that it has. It actually looks pretty awesome. So I do really like the look of that. It's one of the more interesting sets, I think, that I've seen for that. And they're making their way through the alphabet, to be sure. I gotta say, they've got to be like getting close to the halfway point of the different packs for that, as far as getting through all 26 alphabet. I gotta say they're probably a good ways, about halfway through. So, and they're making their way through. All right. Next up here is the P-Bandai Real Grade Strike Freedom Gundam Titanium Finish, out in January for 7,500 yen. A little bit out of nowhere. Not really sure what the reason is for this one suddenly coming out. But the Strike Freedom Gundam, of course, the Real Grade kit came out many years ago now, but now they're getting around to making a titanium finish version of that, so why not? And they're also reissuing the Wings of the Sky effect part for that. So that was an effect part set that you could get for that. That was also a P-Bandai set, but they're reissuing that. So if you wanted to get that at the same time while you're getting the new titanium finish version, you can get that together. The effect parts set goes for 1,800 yen, so again around 18-20 bucks, something for the effect parts set, on top of the kit costing around 75-80 bucks, so it's around 100 bucks total for the full set. But it's very shiny, sparkly, so if you're a fan of the Strike Freedom Gundam, the RG kit, not too bad a version of that, so that's good for fans of that particular suit. And speaking of fans of particular suits, this next one also, the PBandai HG After Colony Gundam Sandrock Kai, or Sandrock Custom version here, not the Endless Waltz version, just the Kai version, the custom version of the HG kit that came out not too long ago in the HG After Colony line. This one's going to be out in January for 1,500 yen. Not really a whole lot new or different about this particular version of the Sandrock. Basically, it has additional thrusters on the backpack, additional thrusters in the shoulders, and then it also comes with that kind of beam machine gun Uzi kind of type weapon there that it has, which is pretty cool, admittedly, but it's not a whole lot. So if you already have the kit, it's not, it might be a hard sell to you to buy another one just for a couple of extra parts. But if you hadn't got the kit yet and you do prefer this version of it, then I think it does look pretty cool. I mean, definitely between the two versions, the regular one and the Kai, I definitely prefer the Kai myself too. So this is the one I would go for if I had the choice between the two. Obviously, with it being a P-Bandai kit, going to be costing you a little bit more. But for Sandrock fans, that definitely should be an exciting release. So, all right, the next one here, also a very exciting release here, once again from Gundam Wing, is the P-Bandai HG After Colony V8 and Mercurius set. So finally, they're making new versions of the V8 and the Mercurius. We have 1/44 scale kit versions available, but they're old. They're not very good. They're pretty bad. Those have been out for years and years and years, for over 20 years now. So we're finally getting new versions out in January for 3,800 yen for the set of both of them. So they come together as a set, and so 3,800 yen, not too bad. I mean, that's about 20 bucks each. Not too bad a price at all, I think. And these are going to be based off of the HG Leo, but I don't think, they're not really going to be able to use many parts from the Leo. Probably just some of the joint parts, and that's probably about it. A couple of parts of the body, but most of the V8 and Mercurius body is actually quite different from the Leo. Not so that they could use like some of the same like arm parts or like the leg parts. The main armor pieces are different enough. They wouldn't really be able to use those. So probably just a few of the joint parts from the Leo is all it's going to use, and most of the kit's going to be brand new. So they look really awesome. I really can't wait for those. I love the designs. I've built the old ones, and yeah, like I said, they're not great, but they served well enough to make some good option parts for a kit bash that I did with the Leo. That kit bash was a lot of fun to put together, but really looking forward to building these new versions once they come out. All right, that's it for the P-Bandai stuff. Now, some updates on some other things that are coming out. The RG Xiong, we talked about last time, was announced, but now we have the release date and price for that. That's going to be coming out in January, not December, in fact. So it was actually pushed back. I think it was originally supposed to be coming out in December, probably, and then it got pushed back to January, is what I would put my money on. But it's going to be coming out for 5,000 yen. Not too bad a price for that either. It's obviously a little bit on the higher end as far as real grade kits go, but it's kind of to be expected based on the design. There is also going to be a last shooting set available version of that going to be available in January as well for 9,000 yen. Quite a bit more expensive. That's because this is going to also include a real grade RX-782 Gundam in there with the Zeong, so it'll be the RX-782 and the Zeong packaged together, and you also have some option parts in there to make the last shooting pose, so it'll be like a couple of effect parts. We haven't seen any photos. We don't have any photos any more than what we had last time, just the one single image of this so far, unfortunately, but the last shooting set will apparently also include some effect parts and stuff, so obviously the RX-782 is one that people have a lot of complaints about. A lot of people don't really like it. I built it years and years ago. I didn't really think it was that bad when I built it, but one thing that I am definitely hoping that this new version will include is some new hand parts for the RX-782. I would say it's very likely that that's going to be possible. That's going to be included with this new set. I don't know for sure, but I would put my money on it probably including some new hands for that. For doing like the specific pose, it'll probably have like a special hand that is like holding the beam rifle really nicely, rather than just like the articulated RG hands, which kind of suck. So looking forward to probably some more information about that pretty soon, I would imagine. So hopefully by the next episode, we'll have some more images to look at for that set, and the RG Zeong, we'll have some more images to look at for that as well. Fingers crossed. Also, the entry grade Gundam, the entry grade RX-782 Gundam is out now. It's actually been released as of now, but only as a Gundam Base Tokyo exclusive. A Gundam Base Tokyo and also Gundam Base Fukuoka. Apparently, it's already been released, but the worldwide street release date for that is apparently not going to be until December. So for the rest of us, unless you want to go through a proxy service to get one from Japan, it kind of defeats the purpose, because the entry grade RX-782, like the best thing about it is how cheap it is. 700 yen for this kit, and the kit, you know, doesn't look like the best version of a 1/44 scale Gundam out there. It definitely looks like a cheap kit, but considering how cheap it is, what you get does look really nice. So we do have some new images of the kit, and you can see, like, yeah, it doesn't look like that great. Like some of the joints and things like look very simple. You can see that, but again, for 700 yen, it looks amazing. So if you wanted to get this before December, you had to pay like some proxy service fees or something to get one out of Japan, in the secondhand market, someone who went there and bought the kit for you, and then you're going to be paying quite a bit more for that. Then yeah, it just seems like it kind of defeats the purpose of it being such a cheap kit when it's not so cheap anymore. Not really going to be very worth it, I would imagine. So probably just better to wait till December. But I'm looking forward to building that once it's out, available to all the rest of us in December. And then also some more information now here about the HG Build Divers Rerise Load Astray Double Rebake coming out next month in October for 2,000 yen. So we got some initial images of this, and the new images that we have are basically just new, slightly different colored versions of the images that we had before, except we do have an image now of like the transformation of this as well too, which we could all see before that it kind of looks like it had some kind of transformation built into it, but now we can see what the transformation actually looks like. It does look pretty wild, pretty Gundam Build Divers Rerise style. Very interesting transformation there for that. And also I'm wondering about the translation of the name of this. I'd seen online it was posted as Load Astray, but I'm wondering if it's actually supposed to be Lord Astray, because in Japanese, the Japanese spelling I would imagine probably the same. And because I know this design is based off of the Lord Astray, I believe, so I don't know if it's just like a play on the words, so they just changed it intentionally to Load Astray, or if it is actually supposed to be called Lord Astray Double Rebake. I'm not sure, so I don't know about that. Just as I saw posted online, it was posted as Load Astray, so I don't know if that's actually correct or not, but just a little insight about that. So yeah, that'll be out next month. It looks interesting. It's an interesting design, but yeah, we'll see once that comes out. And then a couple of new things here. The HG Build Divers Rerise Core Gundam 2 is going to be coming out in December for 1,100 yen. Two different versions of this that are going to be coming out. The G3 Colors version as well as a Titans Colors version. So you're going to be able to get the Core Gundam 2 just by itself, not the Core Gundam 1, unfortunately. Just the Core Gundam 2 out by itself. That way you can use some of the different option parts, equipment sets with this, or just keep it as it is, or you can do different things with this. You can mix and match, of course, between the two different versions. If you wanted to have a really funky colored version, you could buy both the G3 and the Titans colors and swap around some of the parts and make it look really cool. That'll be out in December though, and 1,100 yen, pretty cheap too for that, so not too bad. And the last thing here too should also be pretty exciting for you guys. Another Hello Kitty mashup here. This is SD Cross Silhouette Hello Kitty Char's Zaku 2. Coming out in December for 2,500 yen. So there's going to be the Char Zaku 2 and the regular Zaku 2 as well too. So if you didn't want the pink version, you can get just the regular green version Zaku 2. But those are going to be coming out in December. So just like with the SD Cross Silhouette Hello Kitty RX-78 Gundam, this is basically like the main kit of the Gundam, in this case the Zaku, and then Hello Kitty in there as well, and you can like put the Hello Kitty head. It comes with like special parts to make the Hello Kitty head on the mobile suit with the kind of helmet and everything. So very cool. Wasn't something that I was particularly too into, but I know it sold like gangbusters, and so I know a lot of you guys were really interested in the Gundam version of this. So hopefully the news of the Zaku 2 version coming out as well should be pretty exciting for you guys. So that'll be out towards the end of the year. And so I imagine we'll probably have that in stock right around the end of the year, if not like the first of 2021. So stay tuned for all the updates on that and everything. You can pre-order all this stuff on USA Gundam Store site listed down below there, guys. So thank you all so much for your support. That's it for the news for today. Some interesting stuff coming out, definitely, and looking forward to some more news about some of this stuff as that comes out over the next couple months. For the next couple of weeks, hopefully, but who knows with how it goes with Bandai these days. We might be waiting for a while for some more information about some of this stuff, but as always, guys, we appreciate all your support, and if you have any questions about anything, do feel free to ask down below or get in touch with us through any of the different social media sites if you have questions, about anything on the store. So thank you guys. Until next time, y'all have a good one. Bye-bye.